Hello everyone. Well, I think it's time to do some cards. I have here the Jungian Tarot, inspired by Carl Jung's archetypes, which he was inspired by the Zodiac to create. Today is beautiful and bittersweet, as it feels like a calm before a storm for a lot of us. The agitation in the air is palatable, and we can feel something bigger is coming. We're not wrong. It's all going to be unavoidable pretty soon. First card up, Queen of Cups. I absolutely love the way this book is written. So excuse me while I pull this up. How appropriate. The Queen of Cups, Sun in Cancer. Also Moon in Cancer, the emotional mother. Highly emotional, sensitive nature. Affectionate but self-protective, which makes her more difficult to approach. Fun and charming, a loyal friend, naturally suspicious, domestic, overprotective of children, physical beauty, and luxury is important here. So that's what we're tapping into now. This is the sacred internal mother, the archetype of which is trying to keep us safe and protected and nurtured. And trying to fix my hair as totally my mother's archetype right there. She had a Leo Venus with a retrograde. She was always trying to fix my hair. And her own hair. And everybody else's hair. So as we tap into the mother archetype, I ask Spirit and these cards, what do we need to know? Coming forward and developing into our evolved mother frequency. Black Moon Lilith. The shadow space of the moon is in this space right now. Venus is about to enter Cancer. She's leaving Gemini as we speak. We're about to go from what felt very judgy. Felt like there was a lot of judgment coming down on us, internally, externally, spiritually, metaphorically, physically, pressure from everywhere. But what happens with pressure? What does a crab do? They walk sideways. So what does, let's look at the other ocean creatures. What other ocean shelled creature is there that works with pressure? Pressure is the Pluto frequency. Oh, here we go. This is not your typical tarot deck. So when I show you the Nine of Pentacles here, this is not your typical Nine of Pentacles. Are you ready for this? What are we to do? What do we do with this new feminine power? How do we make it the most prominent, useful, practical thing while letting it still be feminine? Moon in Capricorn. That's right, that's the full moon we just finished. So the Sun in Cancer, Moon in Capricorn. This is the frequency we're on right now. This is the judgment that we have placed upon ourselves. And this is what we're supposed to do with it. Watch out for selfishness, egocentric control, no certain feelings about others. Everything revolves around a person getting what he wants. At best, one has earned a reward. At worst, ruthlessness and destruction. Floating social conversations by which others must abide. I had this conversation with a very important person recently about the feminine and the frequencies of the feminine in the waves of feminism and the outcome of that. We talked on very controversial topics about the way that the binary system has blended, and yet more division has come from it, more labels, more crowds, more groupings, So much Gemini with that. So much with it. With this need to, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this kind of sexual, I'm that kind of sexual. Well, actually, you're 7, so you're not sexual yet. It's okay to just go by your name. We long for acceptance, and we stick ourselves in groups. And the feminine being in a place where they have to battle now, especially through the United States, for the autonomy to just live as a regular human being. There's so much fury against the fact that women are having to fight. The women themselves are angry. The masculine's upset because this isn't natural. This is the balance unbalanced. The feminine shouldn't have to fight because the masculine should naturally protect the feminine. I'm not talking about men and women here. I'm talking about internal senses of sensitivity and pride. Self-care, autonomy. Things are out of whack. Very, very much so right now. And if we're not careful, there's a ruthlessness. Two cards came up here. 2 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Again, this is not your typical tarot deck. So if you're a tarot reader and you're used to these typical tarot decks, please take the time to listen to what these cards have to say. They are... The information here is very important. We're hearing about the opposition Uranus in Libra. So this is this card here, the 2 of Swords, which is generally the rock in the hard place card. Decision of like 2 hard things. In a natural tarot deck, this is called opposition and loss in the Jungian Tarot. Rivalry, opposition, and criticism, the end, with an exclamation point. No possibility of resolution or a problem. Friendships destroyed, marriages end in divorce, the death of a spouse. End of partnership or a business relationship. Loss of result of impulsive action. In painting, literature, and music, the card is favorable, means of increased imagination and intuition. We're going to get some more ballads. We're going to get some peace songs. That is what needs to be coming from this. Take this struggle, take this strife, and bring it into the creative element. Don't bother fighting and arguing with people online or in person. Write a song about it. Paint a picture about it. Take your pain and put it outside of yourself and watch it fly for you. Watch it fly. Can be absorbed differently when we use art. People don't take it so personally. So the 4 of Wands is the other card for our direction. We now have Jupiter and Aries. This is also a frequency. I'm saying the Libra moon is going to be a pretty big deal this year. Every Libra moon is going to be a big deal while Jupiter's in Aries, but this one, after this Cap moon, we're in the Pisces moon, so we got a little bit to wait, but we'll get to the Virgo moon and we'll get a taste. About 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, we're in the Libra moon. But for now, let's focus on this Jupiter and Aries. Results from personal ability and driving ambition. Careful planning and hard work, not creative genius of the 2 of Wands. Okay, so this is the 2 of Swords, but it did talk about creative, expressions of strife. So instead of just wailing off in a creative ability, this is very, very focused creative stability, okay? Coming in saying projects are not entirely without risk and resources may be overextended. That's Jupiter and Aries, right? So we are being asked to tap into our own creative resources so that we can take this experience and create something that lasts well past our lifetimes. Some of the best music and films and art were created out of the 60s during the civil rights movement. And when you look back in history, there is always an alignment with Venus and Neptune in the astrology, inspiring people through their strife, connecting to Source, and teaching them about love in the hardest of moments. That's where we get the most beautiful breakthroughs of light, is in the darkest places. So I can hear that old man from the Harry Potter movies. All you need to do is turn on a light, right? Well, everybody, at the bottom of the deck, gorgeous. Temperance. This is a new mix. Nothing you are going to bring forward has ever been done this way before.
everything you have ever been carved in through and made yourself survive and come out the other end has to do with this creative tapping we're getting now. You're literally built for this. So take this frequency now, and as the cardinal moons come, the Libras, the Capricorns, the Aries, and the Cancers, let yourself be inspired to start something new. Because it's going to outlive us all. Take this pain, this struggle, this intensity, and put it where you can see it. Don't pour it onto other people. Don't waste your breath trying to explain yourself. Just let your art speak. Thanks so much for joining me. If you'd like a tarot reading, hit me up. Astro Brie. Bye-bye.